Hello, good morning again, my dearest ones. First, I'm sorry I haven't sent a video for a little while. It's been quite full on over here the past few weeks. This is my first quiet moment, which I've just been waiting for so that I could spend a little bit of time with you guys. So yeah, I hope you're doing okay. I hope your environment is, holding you safe. And I hope that things feel manageable and alright. And I'm starting off with a big kiss, a big hug. Now, from what I understood, one of the poems that I read before was well received, so I thought I'd share another one today. This is one by a wonderful philosopher, Kahlil Gibran, and yeah, I read it a few times, and it just really filled my heart with a lot of sense of peace and insight, so I wanted to share that with you today. Okay, here we go. It's called The Coming of the Ship. He had waited years for his ship that was to return and bear him back to the isle of his birth. And on the 7th day, he climbed the hill and looked seaward, and he beheld his ship coming with the mist. The gates of his heart were flung open, and his joy flew far over the sea, and he closed his eyes, and he prayed in the silences of his soul. But as he descended the hill, a sadness came upon him, as he thought in his heart, "How shall I go in peace and without sorrow? Nay, not without a wound in the spirit shall I leave this city. Long were the days of pain I have spent within its walls, and long were the nights of aloneness. And who can depart of his pain and aloneness without regret? Too many fragments of the spirit have I scattered in these streets. Too many are the children of my longing that walk amongst these hills. I cannot withdraw from them without a burden and an ache. It is not a garment I cast off this day, but a skin that I tear with my own hands. Nor is it a thought I leave behind me, but a heart made sweet with hunger and with thirst. Yet I cannot tarry longer. The sea that calls all things unto her calls me, and I must embark. For to stay, though the hours burn in the night, is to freeze and crystallize and be bound in a mold. Fain would I take with me all there is, but how shall I? A voice cannot carry the tongue and the lips that give it wings. Alone must it seek the ether. And along and without his nest shall the eagle fly across the sun. When he reached the foot of the hill, he turned again towards the sea, and he saw his ship approaching the harbor. And upon her prow the mariners, the men of his own land. His soul cried out to them, and he said, "Sons of my ancient mother, you riders of the tide, how often have you sailed in my dreams? And now you've come in my deeper dream, my awakening. Ready am I to go. My eagerness with sails full set awaits the wind. Only another breath will I breathe in this still air. Only another loving look cast backward. And then I shall stand amongst you, a seafarer among seafarers. And you, vast sea, sleepless mother, who alone are peace and freedom to the river and the stream. Only another winding will this stream make, only another murmur in this glade. And then shall I come to you, a boundless drop to a boundless ocean. And as he walked, he saw from afar men and women leaving their fields and vineyards and hastening towards the city gates. And he heard their voices calling his name, shouting from field to field, telling one another of the coming of the ship. And he said to himself, shall the day of parting be the day of gathering? Shall it be said that my eve was in my truth my dawn? And what shall I give unto him who has left this plough in mid-furrow, or him who has stopped the wheel of his winepress? Shall my heart become a tree, heavy laden with fruit, that I may gather and give unto them? And shall my desires flow like a fountain, that I may fill their cups? Am I a harp, that the hand of the mighty may touch me, or a flute, that his breath may pass through me? A seeker of silences am I, and what treasure have I found in silences that I may dispense with confidence? If this is my day of harvest, in what fields have I sown the seed, and in what unremembered seasons? If this indeed be the hour in which I lift up my lantern, it is not my flame that shall burn therein. Empty and dark shall I raise my lantern, and the guardian of the night shall fill it with oil, and shall light it also. These things he said in words, but much more in his heart remained unsaid, for he himself could not speak his deeper secret. And when he entered into the city, and all the people came to meet him, and they were crying out to him as with one voice, and the elders of the city stood forth and said, go not yet away from us. A noontide have you been in our twilight, and your youth has given us dreams to dream. No stranger are you among us, nor a guest, but our son and our dearly beloved. Suffer not yet our eyes to hunger for your face. And the priests and the priestesses said unto him, let not the waves of the sea separate us now, and the years you have spent in your midst become memory. You have walked amongst us in spirit, and your shadow has been a light upon our faces. Much have we loved you, but speechless was our love, and with veils it has been veiled. Yet now it cries aloud to you, and would stand revealed before you. And ever has it been that love knows not its own depth into the hour of its separation, in the hour of separation. And all others came also and entreated him, but he answered them not. He only bent his head, and those who stood near saw his tears falling upon his breast. And he and the people proceeded towards the great square before the temple. And there came out of the sanctuary a woman, and she was a seeress. And he looked upon her with exceeding tenderness, for it was she that had first sought and believed in him, when he had been but a day in their city. And she hailed him, saying, Prophet, in quest of the uttermost, long have you searched the distance for your ship, and now your ship has come, and you must need go. Deep is your longing for the land of your memories and the dwelling place of your greater desires, and our love would not bind you, nor our need hold you. Yet this we ask ere you leave us, that you speak to us and give us your truth, and we will give it unto our children, and they theirs, and it shall not perish. In your aloneness you have watched with our days, and in the wakefulness you have listened, and in the weeping and the laughter of our sleep. Now therefore disclose us to ourselves, and tell us all that has been shown to you of that which is between birth and death. And he answered, Of what can I speak, save of that which is even now moving within your souls? So, standing on a hill, the beautiful ocean, the waves in front, and the beautiful breeze coming from the sea upon us, the sun shining on our faces. And there by your side, and I love you so, so, so much. And I'm sending all these prayers your way and all my love. I love you so much.